Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we start Arch/Arc Week. We're going to check out this first band called Arch Echo, maybe Arc Echo. It has been requested quite a few times. We got Isaac, Yotam Bronstein, Blitzy, Bees Are Yummy. I would disagree with that. And Sean Mitchell. And for the most part, I've just been told to listen to Archeco, but Isaac requested Spark and Sean requested Color Wheel. Sean beat you by a month, Isaac, so we're going to go with his recommendation as he has the first one that was sent to me. So we're going to check out Color Wheel by Archeco. And I believe one of those comments said that this was an instrumental band or song. I'm not really sure, but at least this song itself is going to be instrumental. So let's get into this. Yeah, real upbeat, whimsical, really light-footed. Let's get into this. Yeah. Really genty, but also has a bit of a, like an electronic inspiration. That is gorgeous. I really like how it's abundantly clear these people are very talented, but they're restrained in their writing. They could be shredding, but they're much more interested in the storytelling part of music, and I'm 100% here for that. Ooh. Oh, I like that little key shift there. I think it was an accident. I don't think we actually shift keys, but it was an interesting resolution to the end of that solo. Yeah, real chill, real laid back here. Oh, I really love that line. I'm really hoping the bass has a solo too. He's been holding down the fort in the background. I want him to have a little bit of spotlight going on. Ooh, real dirty use of rests. Oh man. This part's so uplifting. Guy's going ham on the keyboard. Nice little halftime there to finish it up. Real dirty run there. Oh man, that was majestic. I don't think there's any other word. That was just so good. So, all right. If all their music's like that, I'm down. That is just so good. Um, Obviously they're virtuosos. Um, I would put them in the same area as Dirty Loops and even Animals as Leaders, where it's a very tight knit, highly technical group, a highly progressive group of individuals who come together, play only instruments, and just kind of tear it up. But I would actually put them a lot closer to Dirty Loops and Animals as Leaders because of their way to weave story and pacing and music telling. No, I think we're just going to stick with story and pacing. I can't think of a third one. They kind of prioritize that over the idea of showmanship. And that's not to say that Animals as Leaders is purely showmanship, but the only song I've listened to kind of, for me, tended to err on the side of being technically impressive and not so much as being a good song. Um, and this song right here, it's just, you can tell that the story, the narrative, the feeling, the pacing, everything about the song was more important than them shredding or them showing off, save for the piano. And I think that's because um, the keyboard part was really designed to give the song an electronic flair, and a lot of electronic music has fast moving parts, so the pianist ended up playing faster than almost every instrument practically through the entire song. There's actually quite a few parts that I wish he had kind of slowed down and worked with the tempo of the band, the note lengths of the band kind of um, got more in sync, I guess, with the rest of the bandmates with the parts that they were playing. But otherwise, I mean, everybody here just, they had their chance to shine, but also they prioritized working together to create a mood and a feeling and to kind of tell the story. There's a lot of parts where the solos were more focused on writing good flowing melodies rather than writing extreme shred, even though they had their chance to shred. The drummer had his chance to show off um, a couple of times. But the drummer definitely didn't get the spotlight enough. The bassist didn't get the spotlight at all, unfortunately. And for me, at least, the pianist kind of stole the show. And I think that's mostly because of what I said earlier, where he never really slows down. He's either not playing or he's just shredding. There's only a few parts where he actually kind of holds out notes, which I'm a little disappointed with. I'd like to listen to more of their stuff and see if they kind of introduce the idea of keeping the keyboard part more in line with the rest of the band. When the band's shredding, it makes sense for the keyboard to shred. When they're going, there's a couple of parts where it gets real heavy, kind of the gent aspect of the band kind of shines through a little more than the jazzy side, I would call it. And when that gent part comes in, it makes sense for the keyboards to kind of shred because they don't really have that wide sound that the guitars can get. They don't have the big booming presence of the drums, so they're going to kind of get heavier and fill up the soundscape by playing faster. But in the slower sections, I don't know if the piano is actually needed to do its electronic part. There were some very gorgeous chord progressions that the piano went through, and I'd like to see more of that or even slower melodic playing, holding out some half notes, quarter notes, rather than just pure 16ths and 30 seconds and whatever that he was playing. I mean, it was some fast stuff. Um, but yeah, as a whole, as an introduction, I mean, that is a good song to say. This is Arch Echo, assuming that this is what they typically play. I mean, this makes me want to listen to more, and I'm really happy that they have that jazzy influence, not just because it brings sort of the jam vibe to the song, but also because it brings its brightness to the song. They obviously have a genty influence. Um, I got a little bit of um, one of the chord progressions in the middle of the song really reminded me of Periphery, and some of the rhythmic ideas kind of gave me some nods to Meshuggah. Not so much on the hyper technical, but just the way that the beats that they choose to accent. But they have their genty side, but a lot of that is in the heaviness and the darkness. When they bring that heaviness out, they also tend to go lower on the necks. They have these the bass becomes more prominent, and I think it's really interesting that they can juxtapose that with the brighter, not really swing music, but swing chord progressions and swing note choices. Just the style of writing music in kind of a happier type of musical voice, I guess you would call it. It's very atypical for metal. You don't actually hear a lot of that in metal songs because metal, for the most part, is dictated by being heavy and dark, um, and a lot of that shines through in the chord progressions and the voices they choose to play with the chord progressions. So, I mean, it's really cool just to see some metal ideas get mixed in with a brighter tone and a happier chord progression and just an all around upbeat song. So yeah, I dig Arch Echo. If you guys haven't heard of them, let me know what you think. And if you have heard of them, let me know of more songs. There was one more requested, I believe. Yeah, there was one more requested. I definitely want to check them out. But other than that, I guess I'd have to be picking songs at random. So definitely let me know if there's other songs that you would like me to react to from Arch Echo. And while you're down there in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I'll be back tomorrow with another episode in this week's theme of bands that start with Arch or Arc. Until next time, y'all have a great day and be safe out there.